What's going on, guys? So in today's video, there's no surprise because the title of the video is usually a spoiler, which I guess it's supposed to be, right? I mean, obviously the title is supposed to describe what the video is about. But if you have not seen my recent video looking at the old magazines, I have an American Blade issue here from October 1980. And in that video, I was showing just a couple of old things that I thought were kind of cool. And the theme of that video is basically just to say that not all the ideas that we see and not all the things that you see with knives that are coming out now are necessarily new. Knives have been around for a very, very long time, and modern knives have been around for decades. You know, so there's things like a lot of people were surprised to see micarta available in the 70s. That seems like something that's kind of new, right? But anyway, in this particular issue, I showed this Ka-Lok, and as the title suggests, I bought one. I bought one off of eBay, and I want to talk about it a little bit here. Right now that I've gotten it, you know, used it a little bit, I've experienced it. I thought it was pretty darn cool. The second I saw this ad, I knew I'd be looking for it. There's 3 different sizes. I ended up getting the smallest one just because this was the cheapest one that was on eBay when I was looking, and I was looking literally right as the day that I posted that video. All right, so like I had no intentions of getting this initially. I thought, oh, it's pretty cool. Love to have one down the road. Posted the video. And in the back of my mind, I knew once people saw the video, they'd go on eBay and try to find them, right? It seems interesting. They'd want to add it to their collection. I thought, you know what? I don't want to miss the boat. So let me go over there and see what they have. They had a couple of them. Initially, I wanted the largest version of this knife because there's a large, medium, and small. However, they were all around $100, a little bit over $100. And this one was in the best condition for just under $100. Buy it now. So initially, I sent an offer for one of the larger ones, but it was kind of beat up. The blade was really scratched. It, you know, it definitely had a lot of usage on it, being an older knife. And ultimately, they did not accept my offer, which I think, I want to say, I'm, you know, ballparking here, but they wanted like $125. And I think I offered 80 or 90, something along those lines. They said no, they countered offer and dropped like $5. I'm like, I forget that one. So I moved on to this one, which is a buy it now for like, I want to say 89, and then it was like $7 or $8 shipping. So I got this for just under $100. But yeah, I thought I'd share with you. I thought it was really cool. I definitely wanted to add this to my unique knife mechanism collection, which one day I will sit and take the time to open all the cases and show you all the knives. It's going to be a couple hour video or maybe just a series of videos. So if you haven't seen the first video, here is the ad again. It says Ka-Lok, the revolutionary new K-bar. No other lock blade looks like it because no other lock blade locks like it. This was the winner of the 1980 American Firearms Industry Design Award. This features the safety pause, prevents accidental blade closing. I made fun of this because, you know, basically it's a half stop, and half stops on knives have existed literally decades and decades way before this came out. They just happen to pitch this as a feature, which is fine. That's what you do for marketing. This is a commercial. This is an ad in a magazine. A half stop is very easy to accomplish just by changing the shape of the tang of the blade, and the whole purpose is that it stops halfway, and that allows you to reposition your hand for safety. You know, but someone was, you know, in the marketing team and said, hey, let's pitch that as something special. So yeah, I mean, it's there. It's somewhat standard in knives today, but not all slip joints have that. So it's just one of those things where it was pitched as a feature. The big thing here, though, is unique hidden bolster mechanism that unlocks the blade. Also says Ka-Lok is covered by Ka-Bar's new lifetime warranty. Ask for details. You can get your hands on a new Ka-Lok today at your nearest Ka-Bar dealer. So my nearest Ka-Bar dealer was, technically it's JT's Knife Shop out in Port Jervis, which I plan to go back to in the future. I actually had my friend Billy just went there not too long ago and picked me something pretty awesome, which I'm going to do a video on. I got to meet up with Billy and get that soon. But anyway, I was making a joke. My nearest dealer is eBay, because when I'm looking for really, really old knives that are a little hard to find, eBay is usually the first place I check, and luckily the timing worked out where there was a couple available. So anyway, let's put this off to the side and take a look at this knife. All right, so like I said, this is the small one. All right, there's 3 different sizes. Give a zoom on this guy. This one does have the wood scales, although you will see, I believe in this ad, this is picturing one with bone. Although I've seen them with what looks to be mother of pearl. I don't know if it's genuine mother of pearl or if it's some kind of synthetic. This one is in fantastic shape. It is not brand new, although the blade definitely looks unused. There's a little tiny scuff down here on the base of the bolster. All right, see a little scuff there, but this one definitely seems like it was, you know, stored away, maybe carried, but just not used at all. All right, so there's a nail nick on here. So go ahead and open up the knife. You can see again that blade is just pristine. No markings, no signs of cutting, just a fingerprint from me just opening it. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe that fingerprint off because there's a pretty decent polish on this blade. All right, so there it is. Let's take a look at the markings. On the back side here, it says stainless. This is the model 2226, made in Japan, 4K bar, of course. Now the smallest is the 2226, the medium size is the 2227, and the large is the 2228, okay, for reference. So if you're looking to buy these, you have an idea of how big they may be. On the front side here, you see the Ka-Lok patented. This one says USA 1980. Now, obviously, K-Bar being a USA company, but on the back, made in Japan. Now, there are a couple of variants on the stamping. Some of them actually have the patent number on there. I believe there's versions that say patent pending. This one is nice because it actually says 1980, and of course 1980 is when it won the award, the American Firearms Industry Design Award, which is kind of cool. But not all these have the date on the blade, just depends on which year you get. But looking at the ad again here, the markings on this one show US patent 1979. All right, so they're showing one from 79 in their, you know, late 1980 magazine here. All right, so let's take a look at this hidden mechanism. All right, so when you open the knife, works great. You go to make your cut. Now you want to shut it. You can't shut it. It's not a slip joint. You're looking for the lock back, which is very popular, obviously, in the 80s, late 70s, 80s. You go to push it, nothing happens, right? There's no lock here. You can't see anything. It's hidden. So essentially, all they did was took the back spring, which is your lock. Okay, there's a little piece on the back spring that goes into a notch that's cut out on the back of the blade. And in order to unlock, you have to lift that. Now, normally on a lock back, you'd push in the little cutout here, and you'd be pushing in on the bar itself. And right here, this pin is basically where it pivots. So here's your little bar. When you push in on the bottom, it lifts the top, right? That's it, like a little seesaw. All right, push the bottom, lifts the top, which unlocks it, then you can close it. In this case, instead of having a little cutout where you can push in to pivot that, it is connected to the bottom bolster. So you push on the bolster, you see how that bolster moves? Now while I'm pushing that, look up here, I'm rocking that bar out. Okay, so put a little pressure on the back of the blade, and there you go, it closes. When this is fully closed, if you push on the blade, it'll push that bar out and move the bolster simultaneously. Right, so you can see that. You're putting pressure on that back spring, okay, which in turn is connected to the bolster. So push in, you can see that bolster move a little bit. Let me zoom in, just in case you can't see it that well. There it is, moving around, and there's the top of that bar pushing out. So again, open it up, locks up great. To close it, wait for your camera to focus so everyone can see what you're doing. I'm pushing forward here with my thumb, all right, on the bolster, and with the back of my finger just pushing on the back of the blade a little bit, it unlocks it. All right, pretty cool design, I have to say. So again, use a nail nick, open up your knife, make your cut, whatever you're doing. And then the easiest way I would say is, because this is the smaller version anyway, it rested on the finger like that. Push the bolster, and as you're pushing the bolster, you can see I did it on accident, but I'm putting pressure on the back of the blade. So as I'm pushing on the bolster, you know, the blade starts to fold. Now this whole safety pause, again, is just the halfway point when the blade's coming down. This is normally called a half stop. But because of this particular design, they're pitching that as a safety thing because think about it, you're putting pressure on the blade. Any way you do it, doesn't matter. But once this pops, okay, it's gonna wanna close, and you can clearly see to push this bolster over, your fingers are probably gonna be somewhere in this track. Okay, so they're saying, okay, well, we added this special feature, so it kind of stops halfway so you don't accidentally cut yourself. But it's a half stop. But yeah, super cool knife. Happy to have found it. I mean, didn't want to spend $100 on it. Would have been more happy if it was like, I don't know, 30 or 40 bucks. Gotta wipe that blade down. You know, when you have those shiny blades, you don't want those fingerprints. Yeah, I'm super happy with the quality here. Again, for $100, I mean, it's just fun. It has a story. I have the issue of the magazine, you know, with an ad in it, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure if I'll keep this whole issue, or maybe I'll just cut this ad out and keep the ad with the knife. Don't really know yet. But yeah, I just thought it was really neat. So after I showed this, I wanted one, and I sourced one out, you know, via eBay, which was easy. And now I got one for the collection. So again, it just makes a fun story. I can easily have spent $100 on a better quality knife, something that's bigger, something I'm gonna get more use out of, because I'm not gonna use this all that much. I did cut it, you know, I took this out of the packaging a little bit earlier today, you know, cut a couple pieces of paper with it. It does have the factory edge. That's why I still say, you know, that the blade at least, I don't think was ever used. Might have been carried, might have been dropped or something because that little scuff. But it's in fantastic shape. And now it's just a little piece of history, little story to tell. You know what I'm saying? So I have plenty of knives that work well. Lots of options. I feel very fortunate that I have a large knife collection, and I'm constantly getting a flow of knives. I mean, knives come in and then they leave because I'm constantly trading. So that's all. Just want to share with you guys in case you're at a garage sale or something. Maybe you see something very similar and you go, oh yeah, I remember Jeff's video, the Ka-Lok. I should probably get one of these for $5 at, you know, a yard sale because they're worth at least $100. The couple that were on there were all around, like I said, $100 to $130. And those are for, you know, just some wood versions. I'm sure if they have a genuine mother of pearl version of this knife, it would fetch a lot more money. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you thought this was as interesting as I did. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.